Hi, I'm Mike Volpe, the VP of Marketing at HubSpot, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about Press Release Grader, HubSpot's free press release evaluation tool. The best way to learn about Press Release Grader is to use it. So let's get started. First, we need a press release. I'm going to take a recent copy of a HubSpot press release about our new closed-loop marketing product. Just copy the text of your press release. This can either come from a Word document like I'm doing or from a web page, and paste it into this box here. A neat trick in Windows is to hit Control-C to copy your press release and Control-V to paste it into this box. Then just fill out your company name, website, and email address and click the Grade Press Release button. In just a couple seconds, you'll see a completed report come back with some information about your press release. First, you'll notice that there's a score. This press release got an 87 out of 100. Don't fret if you don't get 100. Remember, Press Release Grader is a piece of software, not a human being, so it might not always give a perfect evaluation of your press release. But there's a lot of useful information in this report, so let's talk about that. First, notice that there's a permalink URL here. If I click on this URL, it will give me a permanent link to this report. And I can email this URL to people at my PR firm or other people within my company, and they can look at the same exact report that I'm looking at. Next, there's a section with some general statistics about my press release. One thing to note here is the readability level, which is computed as the grade level required to really understand the text in my press release. Here you notice that it's at a graduate level. That might be a little high. I might want to think about rewording this press release so it might be more easily scannable by the people in my target market. Depending on who's in your target market and what level of education they've achieved, you might want to think about altering the language within your press release. This next section has a number of content suggestions about your press release. First, Press Release Grader checks to make sure that there's contact information. This is useful in case a reporter or someone in the blogosphere sees your press release and wants more information about the information in it before they write an article. You'll see that this press release contains both my phone number and my email address. We also have an About Company section, which is an important part of our press release in this one, and a link back to our company, which is also a good practice for a press release, and an end of content marker. This next piece of this report is really cool. This is gobbledygook words. A really well-known author and viral marketing strategist, David Meerman Scott, who wrote the best-selling book, New Rules of Marketing and PR, has something called the Gobbledygook Manifesto. And what this talks about is that you really want to avoid words that are overused and have very little meaning. Things like flexible, scalable, enterprise-class solutions. So what we've actually done is scanned our press release for the most frequently used sort of gobbledygook kind of jargon words. And it's come up with 3 that it found in our press release: scalable, flexible, and robust. What's really neat is I can click on this. I'm going to click on the word scalable, and you'll see it jumps down to the actual text of my press release and highlights that word scalable so I can easily find it within the press release. That's really neat. All right, the next section here is link analysis. There's a number of different reasons to do a press release, but for most small and medium-sized companies, one important reason is to increase your online presence and drive more links back to your website. Typically, you want to link toward the beginning of the press release. You want links both using the full URL and some links using anchor text. And any anchor text link should match the anchor text words in the page title of the page that you're linking to. And this is to ensure that you get the maximum value from each link. We also don't want too many links in the press release. Press Release Grader checks for all of these things. And you'll see here that it found 4 links in my press release, and it pretty much said that all of these links are okay because I have nice green little check marks here. And it gives me some information about the position of those links, the page title of the page that I'm linking to, and the text of the link that's in my press release. So this is a very useful tool for those of you using your press releases as part of your link building strategy. The next section is this word cloud, and I find this really valuable because this is really telling me what my press release is actually about. So in this case, I actually thought my press release was about closed loop marketing, but in reality, if you look at this word cloud, the most frequently used words in the press release are HubSpot, marketing, and professional, which seems to make sense because that product is actually called HubSpot Professional, and HubSpot has marketing software. But what I really would have wanted to know wanted to say is that the words closed loop marketing were actually hopefully used more frequently in this release than they were. So I can actually click on any of the words in this word cloud to see them highlighted in the release. I'm going to click on the word loop. And I can see that I actually only used the word loop 2-3 times in this press release. So if I really want the press release to be about closed loop marketing, I might want to actually use that phrase closed loop marketing more frequently. And I can repeat that analysis with any of the words here in the word cloud. Finally, at the bottom of the report, Press Release Grader publishes a copy of the text that you put in for your own reference. This is useful with that word cloud tool as well. And then at the bottom of the report, we'd love it if you have any feedback, good or bad, about Press Release Grader. You can click on this Give Us Feedback link and fill out the form and send us some feedback. So thanks again, and if you like Press Release Grader, please let us know, and please tell your friends.